Hi, ladies. I'm Brittany, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to BeDoubleYouu, a haven of healing and personal growth. Hi, ladies. Welcome back to BeDoubleYouu. So, today, before we get started, I need to release. I need to do some deep breathing. I need to meditate and ground myself a little bit because, woo, child. So if you're feeling this way as well, please feel free to take this moment with me. I'm going to start off with my right hand on my chest, on the left side of my chest. It's going to take a few deep breaths. Slower and slower each time. I am safe. I am protected. I am secured. All my basic needs are met. I have a house, shelter. I have food, nourishment. I have clothes to be worn. I have a family. I have a lot to be grateful for. Even if it is the bare minimum, the basics. I can be grateful just for that, for where I am, for what I have, for right now. Even if I have more, even if I do have more, I just want to be grateful just for that. I am safe. I am provided for. I am loved. I am respected. God got me. God has me. God loves me. And so it is. I want to take you back to a moment from my childhood, a moment that left a lasting impact that at least I can recall, because I also know that a lot of my childhood I repressed. So this was I was in the third grade, and I was sitting in the school cafeteria and eating. Now, I only can recall exactly what I was doing because now that I know what happened, I like replayed in my head. So I was eating, and I'm sure third grade, well, I'm about 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. And at that point in my life, my childhood was really, really rough. I grew up around a lot of addiction. And so we know what comes and what goes with that. And so there's time where there may have been limited food, or I may have had to share my food, whether that's with siblings or other family members because of the shortage we had. So I can imagine myself sitting at the cafeteria, no cares in the world. Now, I've always been like a quiet, shy, to myself girl, right? So I can imagine just sitting there, probably by myself or distance away from someone else if someone was at the table. But anyway, eating and enjoying the food. Who knows what my night before it looked like before I got to school. Now, a little bit about me in regards to school. I love school. And when I would think about it, it was my escapism. It was my freedom to get away from the drama and the chaos that was going on in my household every day, all night. So I enjoy being able to get away. So I'm sitting there and I'm eating. I'm sure I'm probably enjoying my food. And so now class is back in session. We all back in class. And it was this boy. He was considered to be the class clown. I can literally describe him right now in my close my eyes and I imagine what he looks like. I can describe him, but a name does not pop up at all. And I feel like it starts with an E. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer every time I bring up this mirror. More details are coming, but I feel like his name started with an E. Anyway, and so everyone in the class were laughing, and he was doing little things. He was like licking his fingers, like in a disgusting way, like in a way where it's like someone savagely ate their food, right? And so here I am, just like everybody else. I'm laughing, thinking it's funny, ha ha ha, whatever. And then I don't know if it was just him or like and other people in the class looking at me like, what are you laughing about? Like, we're laughing at you. What do you mean laughing about me? What did I do? Why is everyone looking at me? Why is everyone talking about me? Why is everyone thinking about me? What? And so when the joke came out saying like, I was looking at you and how you was eating your food or whatever it was. I really can't remember everything, but he was looking at me as I was eating, and probably compared to how I eat, compared to how he eat, and compared to how probably other people probably ate, it probably looked different. For me, I can't recall exactly how I was eating, but if I'm a little girl who's hungry, don't know where my next meal coming from, yeah, I probably ain't care what I was looking like, and I was just eating and enjoying my meal, not knowing that there are eyes and people watching me and seeing me, but watching and seeing me to talk about me, to humiliate me. And then here I am trying to go along with the joke and get on with the joke, and the joke is on me. Can you imagine how already a shy, timid little girl I was? How that made me feel? How I already felt like the world could already see what was going on in my house, so I thought everybody could see me already? How that added to my trauma? I already wasn't the most prettiest, the most freshest, or the coolest person at school. So now I really felt like everyone was after me. I closed off, I shut down. But in that moment, I didn't see that that's what I was doing. I just saw myself trying to find peace for me, trying to not care about what no one else says and just sticking to myself. I became afraid of being noticed, fearing that every gaze held judgment. I thought people could see through my imperfections and the struggles I faced at home. It turned me really into being this shy little girl who just wanted to blend in. I walked with my head down, eyes fixed on the ground, navigating life by looking at the other people's feet. Sheltering myself from the world has significant consequences. It hindered my ability to fully enjoy my teenage years, middle school, high school, college, becoming a young lady, becoming a woman. I missed out on opportunities and experiences because I chose to make myself small. The little girl inside of me, stuck in that cafeteria moment, was waiting for acknowledgement. After I connected the dots and realized that that was one of the core reasons why I was afraid of being seen and afraid of being heard all my life. All my life, I played myself short, thinking I'm not worthy, thinking I'm less than, thinking I'm ugly, thinking I'll never be able to make that much money. Why would anyone really want to love me? Why would anyone really want to be in a real relationship with me? Something's wrong with me. I'm unlovable. all the things, and looking at me from the outside, and if you ask my family, they wouldn't think or believe that that's how I felt or saw myself. But it was. I was afraid of being seen, afraid of being heard. I hid in the shadows. Can you imagine how much full and thriving of a life I probably would have had if I didn't have all the limiting beliefs and I didn't self-sabotage my own self? So after my quiet time and my meeting, I realized I apologized to that little girl sitting at the cafeteria. I apologized for what she had been through, for the things that she witnessed, that she should never have witnessed growing up in her house. I apologized to her because she felt lonely, she felt embarrassed, she felt scared. I apologized to her and let her know, I understand, I see you, I feel you, I understand why you took that so personally. Because on top of everything else you were seeing and dealing with, you just couldn't imagine that this safe place, school, that it would happen to you there as well. I feel you, I hear you, little girl. And that truly made me smile. I did truly feel healed within. From that moment, I gained more confidence back. It helped me to realize, oh, Brittany, you are worthy. Oh, yeah, you do need to be seen. There are some people who have been in your shoes, who are currently in your shoes, and who has not even gotten over the humps or the small steps that you have already. And they need you. They need you. You know, I'm in my 30s now, and if I would have realized and noticed some of these things a couple years back in my 20s or something of that nature, who knows where I would be right now. But at the same time, I don't like thinking about that. My mindset is shifting and changing, and everything that happened to me happened for me for a reason, that it was necessary. So I don't really look at it like, well, if I didn't think about this, if I didn't look at this like that, then I'll be no, I'm right where I need to be. I now can take all of that information, all of that knowledge, and do something with it. Instead of being stuck in the, oh, it's me. Or instead of being stuck in believing my limited beliefs. Now I can do something about it. Now I can be seen and can be heard. I want to be seen. I want to be heard clearly. You're listening to me right now. You're seeing me and you're hearing me. You're not seeing me physically, but you're seeing through my lens. You're seeing through my mind, my words, my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions. I can be seen and it feels good. There's abundance in being seen. There's abundance in being heard. We need not to be afraid anymore. So let's journal. Let's start off with just asking the question. Are you afraid of being seen? Are you afraid of being heard? Before you journal, just sit with that question first. Repeatedly ask yourself, am I afraid of being seen? Am I afraid of being heard? Am I afraid of being seen? Am I afraid of being heard? I mean, and when I say seen and heard, I'm not just meaning that someone sees you physically or that you show up, you go places, or you're this bubbly person that everybody loves you. No, are you truly, authentically, deep down afraid of being seen, afraid of being heard for who you are? For all your negativity, all your positivity, all your glory, the worst of you, are you afraid of being seen? Or are you covered and masking things up and you think you're being seen? It's a difference. Are you vulnerable? Can you thrive in your vulnerability without becoming a victim? Without people pleasing and blaming and things of that nature? Can you bask in that? Are you being seen and are you being heard? To the masses, not to your friends. And I don't mean masses like everybody in the whole world, but not to your friends, not to your family, of course. And if you are, what does that feel like for you? What's coming up for you? Why do you believe that may be? Do you have a similar story to mine from your childhood where you could recall that may have been the very first time that it may have impacted your life? It could have been later on in life. But I do want to focus more on you as a child, because that's where a lot of things happen to us and we carry it through our life. I carried that one moment from the 3rd grade with me until my 30s. What are you carrying with you? Now, after you journal about being seen and being heard, do you want to be seen and heard? Why or why not? If so, what does that look like for you? If not, that's fine too. But just journal on it, reflect on it, and then let's discuss it. Let's discuss in the comments. So, ladies, how did all of that feel? How did that sound? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. So, thank you for joining me on this vulnerable journey today. If you resonated with this story, or if you have your own experience to share, let's start a conversation in the comments. Remember, it's never too late to show up and be seen. Until next time, bye, ladies. I begin to